Good day, everyone. I'm Samantha May Secretesha from Grayton Garnet, and I stand before you today to talk about something that continues to shape and sometimes limit the world we live in: gender inequality. Even in our modern and progressive time, many people are still being treated unfairly simply because of their gender. And as student who will soon lead this nation, we have to understand this issue and be part of the change. I remember once I had a classmate, smart, confident, and full of potential. But one day, she shared how some people told her that certain careers weren't for girls. She laughed it off, but I could see the disappointment in her eyes. That moment made me realize that gender inequality isn't always loud or violent. Sometimes it's in the quiet word that tells people what they can do because of who they are. And it's not just for girls. Some boys gets judged for being too soft or too emotional. Others face insult just for expressing themselves differently. It's unfair and it's hurt not only individual but also our entire community. Gender inequality is more than just a social issue. It's a reality that affects education, careers, and self-worth. Women often earn less than men even if they do the same job. Certain professions still favor one gender over another. And members of the LGBTQ plus community are still bullied, misunderstood, or even silent for being who they are. When this happens, society loses so much talent, kindness, and intelligence. Every time we limit someone because of their gender, we lose an opportunity for progress and innovation. Some people say gender inequality isn't a big deal anymore, but the truth says otherwise. Statistics shows that many women still face pay gaps. Some men feel pressured to hide emotions because society expects them to always be tough. And LGBTQ plus individuals continue to fight for acceptance and safety. These facts prove that gender inequality is not gone. It has just become quieter and harder to see but still deeply felt. And this is why we need to care. When we all value gender equality, society becomes stronger and more compassionate. Equality brings out the best in everyone, allowing creativity and empathy to grow. Because when everyone is given the chance, everyone wins. So, what can we do? We can start small but strong. Let's promote gender sensitivity education in our schools so that young people learn respect early on. Let's encourage equal opportunities in workplaces and classrooms. Let's support organizations and movements that fight for equality and protect those who cannot fight for themselves. But most importantly, let's start with ourselves. We can stop using hurtful labels, stop judging people by how they look or act, and start listening, really listening to one another. Because change begins not in laws but in hearts. I dream of a day when no one will be told you can't just because of their gender. A day when all worth will not be measured by how we dress or speak, but by how kind we are and how hard we try. Breaking the chains of gender inequality won't happen overnight, but if each of us chooses respect over judgment and fairness over bias, that dream will slowly become reality. Let's all be part of that change because equality is not just a right, it's a responsibility we all share. Thank you, and may we all learn how to respect and value each individuals.